Hi everyone, Coach Christina from Balance and Blessed. I'm making my lunch, so I decided to come live and make my lunch while I talk to you guys. It's one of my favorite lunches, and it's super easy, super quick. It's one of those where Pearl calls it the sweatpants meal because it means you can make it without looking at the recipe, and it's just my go-to lunch most days. I'm making it as an E. So I'm just chopping up this tomato, and I don't do it any specific way. I just kind of cut it into pieces as quickly as I can to add it. This is one of those where when I'm hangry, it works out really well. If you're watching live, say hi and where you're watching from. If you catch in the replay, hashtag replay. Hope your day is going well. So I put that in a saucepan, and I think I have about the right amount of beans. So I have some beans, black beans are just gonna get thrown in there. Let me grab my brown rice. So I just use these cups of brown rice. I heat it up for a minute in the microwave and toss it in here. And the rice I use are the minute brown rice that you can get at Walmart or pretty much anywhere. Walmart, they also have the brown rice and quinoa minute one, which I like to get, but I usually buy these at Winco because that's where I usually shop. And then I'm going to add a can of Safe Catch tuna because it's got 26 grams of protein in it. I'm just heating this stuff up. And I go ahead and add the tuna because then I don't have to think to add it later. It doesn't take long for things to warm up. So I'm going to drain my tuna. And then I'm just breaking up the tuna, mixing things together. And then I'm going to add a spice to it. Probably because when I was doing my supper earlier, the water go off. Here in a minute, I'm going to add some water to my thing for a sipper. That way, when I run out of my last 5 water, I can have it. Hello, whoever's here. Say where you're watching from. Sorry, that is my dog in the background. Because my older kid is just now leaving to go to her program. So I have this nifty thing for my sippers that I make. I got it from Pampered Chef. And I'm just pouring a little bit of water in here to make one of my favorites. I think it's a iced tea with oolong tea sipper. It's one of my favorites. I can't think of the name of it. It's in Trim Healthy Table, I believe, in that cookbook. So while this is cooking, I'm going to make my dressing. But before I make my dressing, I'm going to add some Green Goddess seasoning, salad seasoning. blend to my pot while it's warming up. And I'm just going to take I'm going to do a teaspoon of the almond butter. And then I'm going to do a tablespoon of water. So I'm making the Plant Strong dressing. It's one of my favorite dressings. It literally can be made while I am cooking the warm stuff, or warming up that stuff. And it's public recipe, so I'll be sharing the recipe link in the comments below when I finish after lunch. And then, so I take a fork and I'm just stirring my almond butter and water, because it kind of helps break it up. And then I'm going to do some nutritional yeast. And some optimized plant protein powder. Some liquid aminos. And then just a little bit more water. And then I'm going to stir it all together. And if I think it's too thick, I'll add a little bit more water, but this usually turns out just fine. So, I made a salad dressing that can go on my salad. That's Plant Strong. And it looks like my lunch is about ready. So it's just until you warm it up. I already plated a big thing of greens. And then I'm just pouring on this rice, bean, tomato mixture and tuna mixture. So you can use chicken if you want. And then I'm just going to pour on this dressing and mix it all together with my fork. Okay. I'm going to take a bite and let you know how good it is. And this is one of my favorite recipes. I've left it ever since they came out with it, but then they've added more protein to it than it had. So they've upgraded it with the from Healthy Wisdom. This is what it looks like. It makes a huge plate of food. This is a big bowl. It is so good. So, so good. All right. If this blessed your heart, if this blesses you, please leave a puppy heart comment and share with your friends. And I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.